Hi guys, hope everybody's doing well. Hope you guys have all had a great week so far. So for today's video, I want to talk about Turo's marketing. Now, I touched upon this, I think it was about a week or two ago, in regards to all the negative comments that we see on their Instagram post and their sponsored ads that they put out there. And I'm going to share with you guys an email that they sent over to me. I believe it was last week. So I want to kind of go through the details of what I heard back from them on. But before I get started on that, have you guys seen the new marketing campaign that they did with Supercar Blondie? If you haven't seen it, they posted it today on their Instagram, and also Supercar Blondie posted it on her Instagram as well. And if you are not familiar with who Supercar Blondie is, you definitely need to check her out. She is this amazing human being that does all things involved with supercars. She reviews them, she test drives them, just anything and everything imaginable to do with supercars, she has her hands on. And I thought it was so amazing that they partnered up with her out of all people on social media, because one, she has a gigantic following. I think on Instagram she has over 5 million followers. On YouTube she has over 3 million followers. And you know, the fact that they were able to partner up with her was just, I feel like, such a great strategic move for the platform. I've been watching her stuff for a couple years now, and her content is just, I mean, I don't even really have words for it. It's just so good. And I think the audience of people that follow her are sort of the exact demographic that would be interested in a platform like Turo, and they would see the value that a platform like Turo has to offer to them. And you know, she just speaks all things cars, and the people who follow her are all about cars. And you know, for her to represent a platform that does have amazing cars on it that people can rent in their very own neighborhoods, I think was just the perfect match. If you haven't seen her Instagram story about using Turo, you definitely have to go check it out. I'm gonna post a small clip of it at the end of this video for you guys to take a look. But it was awesome. I thought it was perfect. It was short, it was sweet, it was simple, and it got the message out there. And I think that that definitely has to create some sort of a bump in usage for the marketplace, especially because her story directed people directly to the App Store to download the app and check it out. So good job, Turo, on that. That's probably one of the best marketing pieces that I've seen them put out, and I was just so excited when I saw that happen. One, because I'm a huge fan of hers, and two, I just think that she has such a big audience and is a perfect type of audience for Turo as well. So super happy to see that, and happy to see it take place in the first quarter of this year as well. So hopefully that has a pretty big effect on new users coming onto the platform. So that was really awesome. Okay, so let's get back to the email that I received from Turo last week. Now, a while back, I made a video about the negativity that surrounds Turo's Instagram account, that surrounds their sponsored paid ads that they do. Someone had tagged me in one of their sponsored ads that had a picture of me in my Polaris, and it was from the blog post that I did with them. And I did a screen share of just all the negativity that was spamming that post that they had made. And so they reached out to me, which I really appreciated. I really like the fact that they took the time out, or even cared to acknowledge the video that was put out, and that they watch these videos and care about what's being said by their community of hosts. And basically the email clarified a few things. They said that when they post sponsored ads, they actually don't have the ability to turn off or remove comments, and that as a brand account, they're limited to what they can and cannot respond to, which is why we don't see such an aggressive approach in regards to responses to all the negative comments that are out there. So I appreciate the fact that they put that out there. And as always, I always want to represent what is actually happening and what is the case. So I felt that it was important that I share that email that I received from them. And then they also proceeded to ask me what I thought, and of course, my thoughts are a collection of what our community has to say about some of these issues that we face, but they did ask what I thought could be done to help better that situation, which was cool. And with all that said, the question still does remain: what as a community can we do to help address the negativity. And as we all know, the internet is such a receptacle for people to just talk trash and troll, and there definitely surely is a portion of that that is true, and it's real experiences that people are unhappy about, but I'm sure it's in combination with stuff that is maybe not so true or an exaggeration of what's going on, right? So it is just such a mixture, and that's just what the internet has become today. But the question still remains. So I kind of gave it some thought today, and I was just really thinking about what the heck is causing all this. And if we just focus on, which is kind of what I talked about in my last video, on sharing the more positive experiences and making a little bit more effort into putting those experiences out there, after thinking about it today, felt like that's more of a band-aid approach to that, right? We're just trying to cover up something that's out there that is so intensely negative. So it kind of got me thinking, well, what is the root cause of this problem? Where does all of this come from? And why is there so much of it? Or at least why does it feel like there's such a large presence of it online? And what I came to the conclusion of was that it all stems from an experience that somebody had, right? And it ended up being a negative experience, whether that was a host with Turo and Turo's support. Say, for example, you didn't get a claim covered, or you just had an awful time with support and couldn't get the help that you needed in the time that you needed it in, or it was a renter dealing with a host who didn't provide a clean car, or the car had problems, or had bad communication, wasn't punctual. It could just be such a variety of things that could be happening. So I think that the only real solution, in my opinion, from my perspective of really thinking about this and looking at this, is that we as a community and Turo as a company, we all have to focus on that initial experience. The reviews and the content that is then produced online is all a byproduct of the experiences that hosts are having, that renters are having. So that's where it all comes from. That's where it stems from. So at least on a host to renter level, I think that there's quite a few things that we can do. As a community, I think that we have to really work on cultivating better hosts that are providing better experiences. It always comes down to that experience. I spend so much time out of my day looking at listings, going through the marketplace, looking at other people's cars, reading reviews, and just kind of see what's going on. And not just here in my area, I'll look in Vegas, I'll look in Los Angeles, I'll just kind of get a feel for like how the community is growing, how hosts are developing. And there's so many listings that I come across, and it just kind of makes me cringe when I read them, the instructions that people provide, like, oh, you're gonna find the key, it's gonna be on the left tire, or it's gonna be in the gas tank, and then, you just wanna follow these steps. And it's just like, it's not a great experience. Like, I would never rent that car because I would feel uncomfortable with the way that the instructions are laid out. Or you read some reviews about how cars are not clean, or they're having mechanical issues, or that the instructions were misleading. It said the car was going to be here, but the car is really here. So it's just such a variety of things, right? So we really have to work on better systemizing, providing a better experience. And with that said, I think also things like Turo Go, while they do have positive aspects to them, they have that convenience factor to them, I think that that could potentially in the future lead to more negative experiences than positive experiences overall speaking, right? I think really that interaction between a host and a renter, where you get to shake that renter's hand, you get to talk to them. Hey, what do you have planned for the weekend? Oh, it's my wedding weekend. Like, thank you so much for letting me rent your Corvette. It literally made for the perfect getaway car after we tied the knot. That was a review that I got 2 weeks ago. And these people were just so grateful for the fact that they were able to last minute find a car that just fit perfect for their wedding here in Laguna Beach. And, after talking to them about it, they expressed to me how, they couldn't go to your traditional car rental company 2 hours before the wedding and find a car and get it to the venue just in time for the wedding. But with Turo, they were able to pick the delivery option and have me bring it to them. And in their messaging, they told me that it was for a wedding. So I made sure that I went above and beyond to make sure that car was sparkling, the tires were armor-alled, every aspect of it was just shining so that it would show up good in their photos. So it's that experience of interacting with your guests and really finding out what it is that drives them to use a platform, what made them choose your listing, why did they go through Turo versus another car rental company. And it's like I shared recently in one of my videos, a guy traveling on business to John Wayne, he used the word apathy. He said that him and his company, they don't use Enterprise, Hertz, or Avis anymore because those people don't have apathy when it comes to doing business. And that's why he switched to using Turo on a weekly basis for all his travels, because he gets to meet a host, he gets to talk with them, and the host cares about the car and the experience that they're providing. So I think in the end, it's gonna all come down to that experience. And that goes 100% for our host interaction with Turo, the company, as well. That experience has to be really great also. Our experience with support, you know, especially when we're putting so much work into providing great cars that are clean and making sure people are happy and going above and beyond and, you know, helping them accommodate their reservations, their time changes, location changes, just such an array of things. We want support to really be there to work with us, and for us to know that, hey, they have our back. Like, you're in a sticky situation, car might be stolen, it's a late return, you know, you want to know that Turo is there and that support is there and that we have that good experience with them as well. So basically, boiling it all down, I think it comes back down to that experience that is being offered, whether it's to the guest or it's the experience that Turo is offering to his host. That experience has to be of value and of quality, and it has to be intuitive, and you have to really have that interaction with your guests, and Turo has to have that interaction with its hosts and really know what's going on in the community. And that ultimately will lead to better positive content being displayed on the internet, which will eventually outweigh the negative content that is there. So that's sort of my little synopsis of this whole marketing thing that's going on. So yeah, Turo, that's kind of my take on it. Hopefully you guys are watching this, and to the community out there, everyone watching this video and that participates and contributes to this channel, please do chime in with what you think are good solutions to this problem that we face. How can we provide a better reputation for the platform as host? What else is it that we can do? Because that feedback is so valuable. It's probably more valuable than we even realize it is. So please do share in the comment section what you think about all this. But other than that, that is it for me for today. Once again, I'm going to paste a short clip of the Supercar Blondie IG story that they did today, which was just perfect. Loved it on all accounts. So if you haven't checked it out, please do go check her out. She's amazing. And that is it for me, guys. Thanks again for watching. Once again, my name is Saimah. This is Saimah's Experience. And if you like this channel, please do subscribe. Your support means the world to me. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys. All right, so this is Supercar Blondie's Instagram page where she has her story, and she's basically just navigating through the Turo app on her Instagram story. I think she's gonna do a search for Germany, I believe it was. And so she's kind of just showing users how easy it is to use the app. And she kind of scrolls through the cars here and just shows some of the really cool options that are available to people out there. And then she has a swipe up option on her story where people can swipe up and download the app, and it directs you right to the App Store, which is so awesome.